Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a strawberry crunch pound cake. It's a lot of work, but believe me, you will not be disappointed. What you're going to do is take a pint of fresh strawberries, cut off the stems, rinse and dry them, then puree them like you see here. Once you've pureed your strawberries, you're going to add them to a small pot. And then over medium, low heat, you're going to cook your puree for about 15 minutes until the puree reduces to about 2½ cup. You want this to reduce to 1/2 cup. Once your strawberries have been reduced, it should look like this. It should be thick. And it may take longer than 15 or 20 minutes as this did, depending on how you have to adjust the temperature, because this does pop a lot and you definitely have to keep stirring. But this is the consistency, this is about the thickness, about that 1/2 cup you're looking for. Now I'm going to turn off the burner, set it aside, and it has to cool down completely. Next, I'm going to bring over 3 cups of cake flour. Now you can use all-purpose flour. You just want to make sure that it is sifted, well sifted. And then to this cake flour, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon. You want to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to whisk that in a little bit, and then I'm going to set the dry ingredients aside along with our cooling puree. Now you're going to cream together 2 sticks of room temperature butter on high speed for about 2 minutes. You're going to slowly add 3 cups of sugar, and then let that mix for another 4 minutes on high speed. And make sure you are stopping to scrape down the bowl along the way. Next, you're going to add your eggs. 5 large eggs, one at a time. And it's still on high speed, as you can see. After letting the eggs mix for about another 4 to 5 minutes, you're going to turn the speed down to low. And start to add in your dry mix. Kind of in 3 parts. With the last of the flour, this is where I like to stop and take the last part of that flour and kind of blend it in a bit. And then I'm just going to let it bleed for about 30 seconds into the batter on low. Then I'm going to stop, lift this up, get the batter off the beater. Take it off the stand and kind of mix it just a little bit by hand. Then into the batter, you're going to mix 1 cup of buttermilk, grab your puree, add that in as well. Don't want to leave any behind. Then you're going to take a teaspoon, let me grab a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add it, and 2 teaspoons of strawberry extract, which is optional if you want that added flavor. And then I have some pink food coloring. That's optional as well. And you're gonna use a half teaspoon of it. And then you're going to mix all this in to the batter until everything is nice and combined. Now you can keep this on the stand mixer or use your hand mixer and mix it in. My preference is to do it by hand because I do not want to, I tend to overmix my batter when I leave it on the stand through the whole process. So this just helps to ensure that you don't. But again, if your preference is to keep it on the stand, do so. Just make sure you do not overmix the batter. Here's your batter. What you do next is take a 12-inch well-greased bundt pan. I sprayed mine with some baking spray that contains flour. You can definitely flour and grease your pan, but it has to be well greased and floured if you do. And you just pour your strawberry pound cake batter into the pan. By this time, you should have made certain that your oven is preheated to 325 degrees. Then you're going to place it in the oven and you're going to let it bake for about 70 to 80 minutes until the toothpick comes out clean. Once your cake is out of the oven, you are going to let it cool in the pan for 15 to 30 minutes or however long you like. For the strawberry crunch topping, you're going to take 24 Golden Oreo cookies. Now you can leave the filling on or you can take it off. And my preference is for this cake tonight is to remove the filling. And you're going to place it into a Ziploc bag. Now take whatever you gotta use to crush your Oreos into small crumbs. Next, pour the crumbs in a bowl. Add a 3-ounce box of strawberry jello. And 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Mix it all together until it is well combined and saturated with the butter. Spread your mix on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Or you can use a non-stick sheet. And then place it in a preheated oven, 350 degrees, and let it bake for about 5 to 8 minutes until it starts to get a little brown. Then the last thing we need to make for the icing for the cake is the actual icing. What this is an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese that was, I had to defrost it because it was frozen. And to this 8-ounce pack of cream cheese, I'm going to mix in a 7-ounce jar of marshmallow cream puff. Right into it. Once I get it out of the container, it's gonna give it a real good mix. want to add a teaspoon of strawberry or vanilla extract. You want to make sure you have some parchment paper or something lining your surface. Grab your cake, which should be cool enough now, and you're going to take this icing and you want to spread it all over the cake. Like I'm doing here. All on the top, all on the side. Doesn't have to be a thick layer, but you want this layer thick enough for your crunch. Once you have your icing on the cake, let it settle for about 5 minutes. Now take your crumbles and take your time to get them as best as you can on to the cake. All over as best as you can. I don't think that there is a really good way to do this other than to gauge it and take your time. And if you don't want to put crumbles all over, if you don't want to spread the icing all over, you don't have to do that. You could just use some or most of the crumbles, some or most of the icing. The top part, that's going to be easy. But the hard part is going to be this part right here, trying to get it on the side. And if it doesn't make it all on the side, I wouldn't worry about it. But I am definitely going to try to let you see that it can make it. And if not, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, really. You have now made your strawberry crunch pound cake. And if you are still inclined after all of this, then you use some strawberries. These happen to be some pretty big strawberries here, and place them right dab. You won't be disappointed with this cake you make. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Bye-bye.